need to stop visiting estate sales. Seriously. I have bought so much stuff that I don't know what I'm going to do with at these estate sales, let me tell you. And today, I just stopped at one again and ended up with this thing for 10 bucks. That's not a joke. I got this thing for 10 bucks. And it works. It's not, well, it has issues, but in general, it works. It's like, that's freaking cool. I love that. How it just lights up. Now, the problem is, the electrical contacts inside are not in the greatest shape, apparently, because I'm only getting sound out of one speaker at a time, unless I, like, jiggle the knobs or move the sliders. I think this one might actually be loose or something, but yeah. I don't know the model number. The brand name is Electrophonic. I've never even heard of them. Solid state AM, FM multiplex stereo receiver. Dual system. It's got the working 8-track player. I've tested that already. It works. The record player spins, but problem is the needle, the tone arm, just springs back over to the edge, and I'm not quite understanding that. It lifts the tone arm, and it's supposed to take it over. I don't know what it's doing right now. It's taking it back. But it's supposed to take it over, and it's not doing that. And it just shut off. Oh, that was nice. Oh, that's because I have this down. The changers do that. Or they're supposed to, anyway. But I'm going to have to pull this thing apart and see what's going on up inside. See if maybe I can get that needle to come over. Well, it looked like it tried to for a second there. But it ain't doing it right. Anyway, and I'm guessing this is a direct drive, either that or it's got some really freaking good bearings. Because you spin this thing up, it'll stay up for like 5 minutes before it finally stops. But yeah, 8-track. I've got a bunch of freaking 8-tracks. Which is the main reason I visit estate sales, for 8-tracks, records, LPs, 45s, 33s, whatever. I say that's the RPM they run at. That's not what they actually are. I don't know what I did with that bag of tapes. This place is a disaster. I still need to clean it up. That's pecans. That's great. That's not going to help me. What? This cat is nuts. And I love him. Alright, I'm going to find the 8-track. Well, screw it. I got 8 tracks over here. They'll work. What should I pick? Let's go with Willie Nelson. What the hell? It's not like we're going to be listening to it. I don't want to deal with that YouTube crap right now. Go to tape. And it works. My 8-track player over there doesn't even work right like that. Like, you can change the channel, but mine over there is stuck on 1. It doesn't go to 2, 3, 4. But the thing is, it actually switches the tracks to 1, 2, 3, and 4. It just doesn't show the indicator for it. But yeah, anyway, so that's that. And I got sound out of the phono needle. That was random. So that works. It's just, I just need to do some work on this sucker and see what happens to it from there. So I'm in the process of removing all the screws from the back panel. I don't want it to fall off yet because it's still got the bottom screws on. What did I do with my screwdriver now? It's over there. Fun. And now this thing's just going to want to fall off. And that's perfect, you know, just perfect. So I'm going to tear into this thing. He's going to sit there for a while and just not really pay any attention to me. Yeah. If anybody knows what this thing is, drop me a comment with the model number or something so I can at least look it up. Well, I got the thing loose. Checking it out. Looks like it might be a little bit difficult to pull it apart further, but let's see. Are there screws up under here? Oh, okay. Here's 2 screws on this side, and there's probably some screws over here I'd have to pull to get this whole front end to come out. But I'm just looking at it here, and your tuning knob, you got that that goes across. It's got this big old reel back here. You can just watch it do its thing. I think that is just way too cool. It's like the big, huge version of the ones you see in typical radios nowadays, if they even have those. And then there's the 8-track DAC over here. The power on switch. Belt driven rather than direct drive. Thought that was kind of neat. And the record player is also not direct drive, it's just got really good bearings. And I have fixed the tone arm issue. It just needed to be loosened up, that's all. There was nothing wrong with it at all. It was just stiffened up from not being used in forever. But yeah, it's not belt driven, but it's not direct drive. It's like, I don't know what they would call this kind. But yeah, it works now. And I could put it back in here and it'd probably still work. You see, and something I like about these record players that I've noticed is they're really easy to remove. Like, all you do is you just flip these little things up and it just comes right out of the units. They got these holes pre-drilled in them and everything. You just drop a new one in if you gotta replace an entire deck. And that's how it is on the Pilot stereo in the back room and a couple others that I have now. But I'm gonna go ahead and drop this back in here and get it hooked back up. Okay. And then we come back here where I have a power supply lead as well, which you can't really see because I don't have a whole lot of light back here, but it's just like a regular 4-pin Molex connector. But it plugs into the bottom of the record player to make it usable. But where is that connector? Yep, there it is. Okay. Okay. Alright. Record player is, in fact, spinning now. So let me go grab some random record and see if this thing actually plays right. Switch over to phonograph. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, let's see if this works. Go find me a record. Which I have more than enough of, I dare say. I also noticed that's a 4-speed record player, and this one I use regularly is only a 2-speed. But that one's a lot better balanced, newer model, so yeah, there's that. Let's go with this one. Let's stick her on here. There we go. Lines up well. Woo! I got music. Out of one channel at least. Cool. She works. She works well. Sounds good. Despite that needle being dustier than anything on this unit. It actually sounds good. Yeah, so cool. Got both channels on that at least. If I could just get both channels on my FM radio, that would be even better.
What? And he's throwing his hands out. I didn't do anything.
I currently do. Okay, so there's that. Cool, cool, cool. And that does not work unless the stereo is on, which only makes sense. I think that's quite a bulky fan for something like a tape deck, though. Pretty crazy. But it is also a brushless motor. Huh. It almost feels like there's current to it still. Like every time I move it, it feels like I've got something, a little bit of current going through it. Interesting. And now I don't. So yeah, there's something going to this motor. Huh. Very interesting. And that's not the only vintage tech I've picked up recently. There's also this guy down here, which suffers from a different problem in that left channel does not put any sound out at all, but instead some sort of oscillation noise. I don't even know, but something really cool about this thing though. I gotta open it up to show you. Okay, not only is this thing incredibly heavy, but I got it opened up and discovered something. Let me go ahead and just pull this tape off. That tape came from the same uncle who also gave me that guy recently with that reel-to-reel. And that one actually has a filter capacitor issue I need to get into, but eventually, someday. This one, on the other hand, has tube amplifiers. And I thought that was so freaking cool when I first found out about that. I was like, this might be an issue because I don't know a darn thing about tubes. So yeah, that's freaking crazy. And I can actually plug her in right now and demonstrate what this thing ends up doing once the tubes warm up. Power switch, power switch, power switch. There you are. Yeah, the meters still light up. And you actually get red record. That's pretty freaking cool. They're just filters though. It's not like red lights or anything. But here's the thing. Once the tubes warm up, you start seeing that little jittery in the needle there. Hey, kitty. He's like getting in the middle of my video right now. Anyway, you see that jittery in the needle there. Well, this thing comes with built-in speakers, which was another thing I found pretty cool. Okay, that's line in, line out. Channel 1 is the one with the issues, so we'll go ahead and hook her up. Yeah, that's what I'm getting out of this channel. And it's the only thing I get out of this channel. That's highest volume. That's about halfway. And then of course, off is not going to do anything to the needle. But I have no idea where to even start to try to find an issue to repair that. And you see the tubes, they glow. That's freaking awesome. That's so cool. Okay, here's the thing. I know it's not a tube problem because I swapped these two tubes with each other and these two tubes with each other. This one seems to be some sort of rectifier or maybe even a I can't think of the name for it right now, but it controls the speed to this motor. Because in the same place you have these two adjusters that basically tell it what speed to run the motor. And all the tubes themselves are fine. And the right channel works. In fact, I can load this tape up and show you what I mean. Okay, I've given it a little bit of spool. You gotta give it a little bit, otherwise it won't ever wrap it up. But here we go. hit play here. I've got some music on this tape that I recorded a couple days ago. You get audio out of the right channel, but you won't get anything out of this left channel except that. Yeah, I got Queen on the tape, but the right channel seems to work just fine. Tone setting works just fine, but all I get out of here is noise, and I have no idea where to even start to look for a solution to fix this thing. Kind of sucks, to be honest, because this is a really cool deck. And it looks like I did not get it spooled correctly because it's got a bulge in it, but no biggie. Rewind. Whee! That is nuts. And it's funny because this one actually has an auto stop. It won't do that. I mean, this one actually works on both channels. I just have a slight hiss on the right channel. No, I can't do that right now. I can, however, fast forward through the tape to the point where there's no recording on it, because this was an empty tape before I got to it. I'm gonna go put that sucker back on there. Can't do that on this side because it's out of alignment. I need to adjust it a bit and get it back in alignment. Here we go. Okay, yeah. Wait, that's still not the figure. Okay, here we go. Okay, I've got a hiss on that side, on the right channel, but nothing on the left channel. And it's good audio on the left channel, and it's actually pretty decent audio except for that hiss on the right channel too. But something I noticed is it's not recording that hiss to the tape because the right channel on this one sounds good. Okay. But anyway, as I was saying about the automatic stop, oh, and you're probably going to go and fly off too, unless I put that on there. This one automatically shuts down when the tape spool empties. As such. So there you go. That was pretty simple, really. But anyway, I actually have another tape down here that I think actually has music on it, but I don't remember. I haven't checked in a while. That's the power switch for that one. I got that one a good several years ago now, while I was still in Anchorage. My uncle actually shipped it up to me. That was pretty freaking neat back then. I think it was 2007 or 2000. Yeah, it had to have been 2007 because that was the only time I ever went down with my parents to something I don't even remember anymore. But yeah. So yeah, just got a bunch of vintage new tech stuff here, in addition to this big monstrous thing, which I have shown before, of course. Oh, it's not plugged in right now, but yeah, I actually got the record player, checked it out, and it's a BSR, which is also what this record player down here is, which is not a part of this unit at all. This one was left with my parents' house when they moved out. But this one is also a BSR, so I thought, hey, maybe I'll try to switch this record deck into this one. Well, didn't quite go as well as I had hoped, because this one here is a de-amplified deck so that this thing can amplify it. This one appears to be just a straight shot from the needle to the RCA outs. And this one isn't. Well, let's see, I might be able to show you real quick. I never plugged everything back in, so it's easy enough to pull everything out. And like I said, it's just got those little flip clip things on it. But yeah, this, whoa. Oh, that's right. This one likes to fall apart. Okay, I've got everything taken apart right now, so this will come up and out. Yeah, you see this one's got a nice little circuit card on it with a couple of ceramic capacitors and resistors and all that stuff before it goes down to the RCA outs. This one, on the other hand, just goes straight from the needle to the RCA outs. So I'm thinking either just desolder the wires off of this one and stick it in this one so that it'll have the right audio output, or make my own circuit card for that one. So I'm thinking the desoldering and resoldering probably going to work out a lot better and get a working record player inside this unit finally. Unfortunately, I can't fix these things. Sucks, really. Otherwise, this thing would be probably mint condition. Well, maybe not mint, but you know what I mean. It works, and works well. I've been thinking I might just go ahead and take the speakers and put them up on my entertainment center. Just run them as entertainment center speakers and not really do much with this whole thing at all. But I don't know. I don't know. And that's the only indicator I have for what this thing is, because there's no model number anywhere on this entire unit. It's just Pilot. I have no idea what this thing is. And unfortunately, the labels on the back are also faded. You can't read them. This is about the only label that you can even get close to reading, and there's really no info on it at all except the serial number. So yeah, I have no idea. And look who's just claiming my bed over here. Yes, you are. Just being all cute over here. Yes, you are. He loves this. Yeah. He's actually got a little bit of a purr, but you can't really hear it. Unless you get right up on him. He's a sweetheart. Yes, he is. Okay, I'll leave you alone. Throw all that stuff back in here in a minute. I'm just showing off all my stuff, and this house is a freaking mess, and I shouldn't be showing anything really until I clean it up, but you know what? That's me. If you don't like it, don't watch me, okay? That works. I don't really think I have anything else to say right now. I'm gonna see about getting this thing apart, see about cleaning up these slider potentiometers, and get it to where it actually outputs sound on both channels in a reasonable way. Now I found out it's got this big old 8-inch speaker here, which is loose. I need to tighten the screws on it. And it's got two little 3-inch speakers, one of which is kind of looks like a sub 3-inch, and this one's a tweeter. But it's got its own little crossover network, and I thought that was really neat. Unfortunately, you can't really see because I have no light over here. So, anyway, I'm going to get on that, and that's pretty much it for now. See how well I can do with this thing, fixing it. I had success with that Pilot stereo, getting it to work right with the potentiometer sliders and everything, because it had the same issue this one did with the crackly slider movement. And I cleaned it up nice. It works. We'll see what I can do. As far as that thing, I don't even know what I'm going to do with it. I might just keep that one and replace whatever needs to be replaced in that one. It's probably some filter capacitors or something. That one probably needs its capacitors replaced too. I have no idea. It's not solid state. I don't know anything about stuff. So anyway, that's all for now.